Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to Wargame Red Dragon. Today is the second half of the Take My Town done with vines, and I am attacking as the USSR against a NORAD defense in India. So this is my attacking force here. We have an Urugan with a couple resupply trucks. We weren't really clear on if resupply fit inside of the bartered points values, and the rest of my bartered points values are all up here. So I have BMP-3s with Motostrelki, I have Jalos, I have another double squad of OSAs, again for just helicopter denial, at relatively long range for a cheap price, BMPTs for fire support, some Strezhets, BRDM-3s, more infantry carriers with MT LBVs, and a couple T-80s as well as just mid-range fire support. So 65 points for this tank, and 16 AP, 4 HE, 9 rounds a minute is not too bad. So on the west side of this as well, we have BRDM-3 scout vehicles, a couple infantry and Strezhets, another BRDM-3, and a Jalo. My intention is to crush through the western part of the town here using these forests as well, and drive up and around and through. Although, well, I'm always one for biting off a little bit more than I can chew. I think it's kind of fun to stretch, really see what you can do, what you can't do, and the lessons learned from that are often very nice. So I will also be moving up into the center position here and these woods, although I don't really intend to attack through to these woods where I suspected there would be a decent defense as well as back here, until after the offensive in the west is well underway. So with all of that out of the way, I think the finishing touches of the defense are still being organized in India. Of course, this is not a standard battle. This is a take my town scenario, so it's just a set of agreed upon points values and one player attacking, one player defending, no command vehicles or infantry required. It's just a bit of a, well, honor system, I guess, on is there anything left in your zone. So we are moving forward, BRDM-3 trying to get up close and scout while Spetsnaz crew move into the woods here. The initial rules of engagement are that everything has to start in India for the defender until the attack is underway. So there shouldn't have been anything in these woods, but I want Spetsnaz crew up and spotting. The Urugan should be opening up soon, and my T-80s get a little bit left behind here. I should have moved them up as well as this BRDM-3 in the back. Infantry get unloaded. Those BMP-3s will provide excellent long-range fire support, and the Motostrelki are just advancing over open ground because I did not have the points to buy mortars. I should have. I didn't. But, considering the mixed job that they did during the last Take My Town where I was defending over in Delta, that's the previous episode, I didn't really think they were going to be all that helpful in a time like this. So ATGM's opening up, or perhaps light riflemen, as this is a NORAD deck, and my BTR Jalo takes a single hit, still spotted, which means that they will be able to reload and fire. There it is. Urugan now opening up, and I suspected that there'd be a lot in these towns, so I want to damage that and move forward. We also have eyes on an M163CS fire support vehicle and a couple bisons in this town, so as I suspected, there is something there, or at least there should be something there. Urugan, well, it was a little bit early. I should have waited just a half second more to be able to get stuff moving through the open ground, as everything in this town block would have been stunned and panicked. We have twin Hueys moving up on the other side, and now Motostrelki are close enough. This excellent firing concave here is really going to be punishing those Canadian rifles. So 2 BRDM-3s opening up, a BMP-T and 2 BMP-3s, and even though this is, open ground Motostrelki versus entrenched in the town Canadian rifles, we are getting the attrition here, so this is nice. This is what I want, a slow, methodical advance, if at all possible. Delta Force as well are spotted and immediately stunned by Strezhets, but there is something in those in the western side of this map, and it does take down my Strezhets, so BRDM-3 and Jalos trying to move up and answer, but it might not be enough, and the infantry is being a little bit cagey here, so VDV trying to cross into those woods, but Delta Force are going to stun them. There's an M55, 1A1 TTS, perfect positioning for this guy, 45 points, but he's handling things that are within his wheelhouse to handle. So the main gun is going to be pretty good. The Shillelagh C missiles are going to be pretty good against medium to moderate armor, but unfortunately he does take a shot from the Jalo, second shot from the Jalo, and let's see, third 50-50 chance, down he goes. So those things are just so fragile for the points cost. However, there is an ADATS that is punishing my attack here over on the western side. VDV were not unloaded, and that is going to come back to bite me later on, so they are nearly dead when that should have been a full, healthy double squad there. And my infantry are getting close to reaching this town block, so Motostrelki stunned, damaged VDV, one remaining group moving up, and the fire support has been pretty strong. So an Eric's team nearly dead and killed. Scouts, infantry as well. I thought I killed him. I'm not entirely sure if I did or didn't. Lav 25 Scout over there does take down my BRDM-3, and my Jalo is almost out of ammunition and panicked, which is going to be a bad situation there. T-80s are moving up, however, and I still have BRDM 3 here. But remember, this is value trading city, as there are no reinforcements coming in, and, well, down go my VDV-90. ADAT's opening up, killing the MTLBV, and this push was a bit of desperation, as I had expected to be able to take this town, and I wasn't able to do it. So BMP-3s get a little too close, suffering through light rifleman fire. I believe light rifleman 90 with that excellent 1950 meter range, and BMP-3 is still spotted, which is going to be a problem. I also don't have any tools to take down the M113 ADATs, so this is a bit of a blind rush. Trying to get my T-80 online, one shot goes in, the ADATs is nearly dead, and let's see, can we get the second shots? Yes, so the ADATs does go down, and that's wonderful. Excellent use of the T-80 there to support this push, and now I'm thinking, you know what, maybe we should have gone into the woods, because with that ADATs down, BMPT is moving over, but an optical failure that I didn't see is going to be meaning that he's way too close for comfort. Should never be that close without firing one of these things. The main gun has an excellent 2450 meter range for a reason, and my infantry are moving up here, but I believe that's Delta Force in the town. And, you know, things are kind of grinding to a close here. It's sort of a similar situation to what we saw when I was defending, where, you know, a couple units of infantry can really cause a lot of problems. And in fact, this was Light Rifleman 90 resisting the Urugan. My Motostrelki not able to take out Rangers, not anything else, but the BMPT should have been supporting this whole time, and that optical failure is what's allowing those Rangers to stay alive. We do get the gun from the BRDM-3 online, but here comes a counter push from the NORAD player, so that's a lot of IFVs, but hey, numbers will get you there sometimes. And those V-150 scout vehicles have, I mean, they have a gun, and it's good enough. It's stunning and killing my Motostrelki. The BMPT still has an optical failure and can't help, and we do have an Eric's squad as well moving up, so Spetsnaz Gru trying to snipe them and getting some decent damage, but Eric's can shoot at infantry, and that's going to be a problem as they use that excellent range to cross the bridges here. BMPT finally has his guns back online, and is able to take out a lot of these vehicles, but is it going to be enough? My Spetsnaz Gru are stunned, the Erics are stunned, Canadian rifles as well, providing a backbone there, and we have managed to clear out a couple of units on the left-hand side with the T-80s, but there are no real targets left, because these guys can't take towns on their own, then we need infantry to do that, and the only remaining infantry in this entire push is a single unit of Spetsnaz Gru, so these guys are as valuable as gold right now, and I'm trying to get them saved from these bisons. But that's really kind of all I can do. So I did forget about a BRDM-3 as well, and the OSAs weren't valuable at all, as there were basically no helicopters that needed to be taken out other than those first transport helicopters, which, I mean, were so irrelevant they were forgotten about here as well. The single man from an Eric's squad takes out a BRDM-3, and I was so pissed at this, because, I mean, look at that. There's one guy left. We easily could have killed him under different circumstances. BMPT opening up with that grenade launcher is going to be pretty nice. The Canadian rifles should get punished from that, but I'm chasing a little bit with the Spetsnaz Gru, trying to get their Dragunov online as the T-80s go around into the backwoods. Canadian rifles do take a bunch of fire, but here's an M163 CS, and, I mean, geez. That's a 20-point vehicle, and look at what it did to those Spetsnaz in so little time. And now I have no infantry left. I have no recon left other than this one forgotten BRDM-3. Oh, there were the twin Hueys. Oh, look at that. So they actually do get taken down by the OSAs. I think they were just trying to head over and kill the Urugan, but kind of missed. T-80 engaging Rangers, looks like 2 squads of that, and we do manage to take them down, but I lose with the T-80s to that single Eric squad left in these woods was just so instrumental. So if we flip to neutral and take a look, there's, yeah, the one man on the Eric's team, there's an M163 CS, light rifleman, single man left, and Rangers. Well, no light rifleman anymore, but look at this. That's all that was left, but it was enough to claim the NORAD player's victory there, as I have nothing left with which to attack. So that's all we've got for today. Thank you all for hanging around, and let me know if you guys like these Take My Towns. I can do more of them or less of them as desired. I quite enjoyed playing them. I think it's a nice set-piece battle, but it is a little bit different from your usual sort of game, from your usual sort of tempo. So that's all we've got for today. Thank you all for hanging around. We'll see you again real soon.